You know something I don't talk enough about on this channel? It's the revolution that is self-driving and autonomous cars. Yes, I'm talking about Tesla, and no, my logo does not look like the Tesla logo. Yes, it's the same letter, but Tesla didn't patent the letter T, or Elon Musk. It's just that's the letter that starts with the... Mine has 5 quadrants, okay? Because there's 5 channels in the Tailosive network. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see on this Tesla flag I own, Tesla logo only has 2 pieces, the bar at the top and the rest of the thing. It's only 2. We have totally different logos, and I designed this not even knowing what the Tesla logo looked like, so back off. That being said, I absolutely love Tesla cars in general, all of them. I think a lot of people, when they think of the future, tend to imagine that we'll have computers built into our brains, or we'll have smartphones that are made of one sheet of glass that are transparent, and we'll have holograms. I don't think that's really gonna happen. I think that the tech we have right now is going to get thinner and smaller, but for the most part, phones are just glass rectangles, and they're gonna look like glass rectangles for the next 2 decades. We're not even close to figuring out how to make computers that can work with our brain's neural waves. And if we did figure out how to do that, there would be a decade-long debate in Congress on what is legal in terms of altering the human body. That would slow down that whole industry for years to come. I think the most noticeable change we're going to be seeing in the future is the way our automobiles are going to take over our driving capabilities. I have a bit more of a progressive mindset than most people do in this field. A lot of people like the idea of autopilot, but they're very skeptical. For those who don't know, most of the new Teslas coming out of the factory today have the hardware that is capable of making it drive itself entirely. Elon Musk has proven this in many videos they've released, showing that these cars are capable of driving themselves no problem. They can adjust to pedestrians on the road, they can read signs, they can read stoplights, and in fact, they're probably a lot better at driving than we are. But most people on the street are gonna be a tad more cautious because they're gonna say, well, what happens when this thing fails? And of course, I think Tesla has been hated on when they don't deserve it, when someone turns on autopilot but doesn't understand how to use it yet. So yes, while these new cars have the hardware to drive themselves, it is currently not legal in any country to, you know, turn your car on autopilot and then go to sleep or not look at the road or get in the back seat. That's not ready yet because there's laws prohibiting that from happening. However, Tesla has announced that as soon as these laws get passed and as soon as it's legal to do that, they just send out a software update to all the Tesla cars and they now have that capability. That's another really cool thing about the next generation of cars. They have software updates. So I have a friend of a friend of a friend who owns a Tesla, and they said that when they first bought it, it was not capable of parallel parking itself, but now, via software update, it can now do that. That's awesome. But I think over the upcoming decades, you're going to see massive differences both in laws and in the ways cars are made, as government departments, you know, the DMV, starts to decide that self-driving cars may be actually safer than letting humans drive the car. See, some people are controversial about this topic, but here's my 2 cents. I really do confidently trust, like, a huge team of engineers who have worked tirelessly for hours and hours on making sure a car is capable of being aware of its surroundings, of putting the driver in a safe place, compared to old Frank, who is just driving down the highway. His license expired 5 years ago, and he may or may not be drunk. Because that's who we're basically okay with right now, is anyone who has the keys to a car. I kind of like the idea that in the future, it might be almost impossible or a bit more retro to actually drive your car. And Elon Musk even says that probably in the year 2070, it'll be illegal to drive your own car. The government's gonna say that only manual driving is okay within city limits, and as soon as you enter the highway, the car is required to take over because that is safer. And maybe there's exceptions, like police cars are allowed to drive themselves, obviously. But if you didn't know it, car crashes actually kill a lot of people every single day. I think a lot of you know the statistic that every 15 minutes there is a car crash or someone who dies because of a DUI. I think that it's great that engineering and software and hardware becoming more optimized and capable within cars could potentially lower these statistics so that you're not in such a dangerous place on the road. I've never caused a car crash myself, however, I've been in one. I was rear-ended a couple of years back because the guy behind me was on his phone. He ended up not having insurance either, so we had to, you know, track him down. It was kind of a big nuisance. However, if he was driving a Tesla, it would have been impossible for him to hit me because the car would have seen an obstruction ahead and immediately stopped. Or if I was driving a Tesla and a car was coming at me at too fast a speed, my Tesla can actually speed up and find out the best way to save me and my car so that I am not hit. Teslas can actually activate and move out of the way when they're standing still. If you haven't yet, you should definitely look up videos of Teslas predicting car crashes before they happen. It's ghost-like and actually really creepy how they can predict, like, oh, something's wrong, and then they act on it and save the drivers. Teslas for many years now have been awarded the safest car of the year. So now that Teslas are getting a lot cheaper with the new Model 3, which is just rolling out into production, no pun intended. Sorry, I was just trying to stay current, because Tesla, the electricity is the current. I'm sorry, okay, I was positive that would be a good no, that didn't work as well. Either way, I'm on the side that says that hopefully 20 to 30 years from now, if I want to take a road trip to LA, I don't have to get up at 5 in the morning and start driving. Instead, at 10 o'clock at night, I will get in my car, tell the car where I need to go, and I'll just go to sleep as the car drives me all the way there. Yes, range is not as good on electric cars, but it is getting a lot better more recently, and they even have ways now that at charge stations you could have charger plugs that automatically plug into the car without anyone getting out of it. So with that technology being perfected, I'm very excited to see what Elon Musk has for us. Also super pumped to see the Tesla semi-truck, which is going to be unveiled in September. Probably expect some videos about that. I do not talk enough about self-driving cars, so if you have any more questions, what kinds of controversy you want me to talk about on this channel, just let me know in the comments below. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.